October 2005. The calm morning light of San Francisco Bay revealed a sight that sent a ripple of alarm through local residents and authorities alike. Near Alameda Point, where the shallow waters meet the land, a colossal form lay motionless, out of place. It was a humpback whale calf, a creature of the deep ocean, now stranded, vulnerable, on a vast mud flat at low tide. This was not merely an inconvenience, it was a life-threatening crisis unfolding in plain sight. This was no ordinary animal. The calf measured a staggering 25 feet long and weighed an estimated 15,000 pounds. Its sheer size presented an immediate and overwhelming challenge to any potential rescue efforts. Already, observers noted visible abrasions on its skin, likely from struggling against the unforgiving mud. Its breathing appeared labored, a clear sign of severe distress. The clock was ticking, and the odds of survival dwindled with every passing minute under the harsh bay sun. The alarm reached the Marine Mammal Center, a renowned organization dedicated to marine animal rescue. Dr. Frances Gulland, a senior veterinarian at the MMC, immediately understood the gravity of the situation. Her team, alongside personnel from the California Department of Fish and Game, the Coast Guard, and local fire departments, rapidly converged on the scene. The sight of the massive creature, so far from its natural environment, galvanized an extraordinary coalition of experts and volunteers. Upon arrival, the immediate priority was to stabilize the whale and assess its condition. Tarps were draped over its body, constantly re-wet with buckets of water, to prevent dehydration and sunburn. Teams worked tirelessly to keep the enormous animal as comfortable as possible, despite the dire circumstances. Dr. Gulland and her fellow veterinarians, from various institutions, performed a cautious, on-site examination, confirming the physical trauma and the urgent need for a more permanent solution. The scale of the challenge quickly became apparent. Moving a 15,000-pound animal, especially one measuring 25 feet, was far beyond the scope of conventional rescue methods. The mud flat, soft and unstable, rendered heavy machinery useless. Any attempt would only risk sinking the equipment and further endangering the whale. Transporting the whale required a suitable vessel, deep water access, and a safe, yet unprecedented, method for lifting and securing it. The team faced a problem with no clear precedent. With the whale's health deteriorating, a critical meeting was held. The assembled experts, including Dr. Gulland, CDFG personnel, and marine engineers, began to brainstorm. Every idea was on the table, no matter how unconventional. The core problem was leverage, how to lift such an immense weight without crushing the animal or getting stuck in the mud. The solution would need to harness the natural environment, particularly the changing tides, rather than fighting against them. After intense deliberation, an audacious plan emerged: to float the whale. This involved carefully positioning a large, robust net underneath the whale's massive body. Once the net was secured, inflatable pontoons would be deployed and inflated, providing the necessary buoyancy. The goal was to wait for the next high tide, allowing the combination of rising water and the inflated pontoons to gently lift the whale off the mud flat, where it could then be guided to deeper waters. It was a high-stakes gamble. Implementing this plan required an incredible feat of human effort. Before the high tide could return, the team needed to ensure the whale would not be stuck once buoyancy was achieved. Volunteers, working alongside Dr. Gulland and other professionals, began the arduous task of manually digging trenches around the whale. For 12 grueling hours, they shoveled mud, inch by painstaking inch, creating channels that would allow water to flow freely around the whale during the anticipated rise in tidal levels. Exhaustion mounted, but the resolve held strong. As the hours stretched on, the physical toll of the digging was immense. The sun began its descent, casting long shadows over the bay. All eyes were on the approaching high tide, the moment of truth. Every shovel full of mud, every drop of sweat, was a testament to the dedication of this diverse group. The silence was punctuated only by the rhythmic splash of water being thrown onto the whale, a constant vigil against dehydration, and the whispered hopes of a successful outcome. Finally, The high tide began its slow, inevitable return. The water, driven by the moon's pull, gradually seeped into the freshly dug trenches, embracing the whale. The team held their breath as the carefully positioned net and inflated pontoons began to do their work. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the enormous body of the whale calf began to lift, detaching from the tenacious grip of the mud flat. A collective gasp, then a quiet cheer, rippled through the exhausted team. The first hurdle was overcome. With the whale now buoyant, the next phase of the operation began, guiding it out of the bay and back into the open ocean. Small boats, manned by experienced mariners and rescue personnel, carefully maneuvered around the enormous calf. They used gentle nudges and the sounds of the boats to encourage it towards the wider waters. However, the whale, disoriented and weakened by its ordeal, proved initially resistant and confused. Its natural instincts, so vital in the open sea, seemed dulled by the trauma of stranding. What followed was an extraordinary 3-day journey across San Francisco Bay. The rescue team worked in shifts, their vigilance unwavering. They patiently guided the whale, slowly coaxing it past the landmarks of the busy bay, towards the Golden Gate. Each mile was a testament to their persistence and the whale's own resilience. This wasn't a quick sprint to freedom, it was a marathon, fraught with uncertainty, where the smallest wrong move could send the weary animal back into danger. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the whale passed beneath the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, venturing into the vastness of the Pacific Ocean. The moment was met with a profound sense of relief and accomplishment. The rescue team, having guided the calf through treacherous channels and busy shipping lanes, watched as it tentatively explored the deeper, freer waters. It was a pivotal transition, from confined vulnerability to boundless potential, a fragile hope for a new beginning. The operation, however, was not over. To ensure the whale's long-term survival, a satellite tag had been carefully affixed to its body prior to release. For several weeks, Dr. Gulland and her team meticulously monitored its movements. This crucial data provided invaluable insights into the whale's recovery and adaptation to its natural habitat. The concern was that its ordeal might have left it too weak or disoriented to rejoin its kind, or to navigate the vast distances of its migration. The monitoring yielded positive results. After weeks of solitary swimming, the satellite tag showed the whale successfully joining other humpbacks migrating south. It was the ultimate triumph. The orphaned calf, once stranded and near death, had found its way back to its community, fulfilling its natural destiny. This confirmed that the rescue wasn't just about saving a life, but about restoring a vital part of the ocean's intricate ecosystem. A journey of desperation had transformed into a story of profound hope. The unprecedented rescue of the humpback whale calf in San Francisco Bay profoundly impacted marine conservation. It highlighted the immense challenges involved in saving large marine mammals and underscored the need for specialized equipment and refined protocols. The lessons learned from this single event resonated globally, informing future rescue operations and prompting dedicated research into similar situations. It wasn't just an isolated success, it was a catalyst for progress. More than just a successful operation, this rescue became a powerful symbol of human dedication to wildlife conservation. It demonstrated what is possible when ingenuity meets unwavering commitment, when scientists, government agencies, and ordinary citizens unite for a common, seemingly impossible, cause. The whale's journey from near-certain death to the freedom of the open ocean serves as an enduring inspiration, a reminder of our collective responsibility to protect the planet's most magnificent creatures.